the PWF Universal six-man tag team champions. They are the Southern Savior, John Schuyler, the Rottweiler, C.W. Anderson, and King Carino, the Extreme Horsemen!
A more formidable trio may not exist in the Mid-Atlantic region right now. The Extreme Horsemen.
Yes, and Steve looks like he just came from a beach wedding.
Holders of the PWF Universal six-man tag team championship. Championship on the line against a trio who are making waves in the Carolinas and beyond.
Coming to the ring by Turnbuckle Turtle. They are Lex Lude, Rob Killjoy, and Colby Carino, the Ugly Ducklings.
Wait a minute, Colby has the last name as Steve. Is that possible?
That is absolutely possible.
I thought Steve was shooting blanks.
Father and son on opposing trios in this six-man tag team championship. You don't see a lot of six-man tag team championships in the country, but a staple of the old Mid-Atlantic wrestling days carried over by the PWF.
Quickly, name as many six-man tag team champions as you can. Go.
Dusty Rhodes and the Road Warriors and Tenryu, the Russians, the Extreme Horsemen.
All right, you're off the hook.
And possibly the Ugly Ducklings. We will see.
Good shit. Oh, they certainly got the ugly part going on, I'll tell you that much. How much meth do these guys use?
God.
Oh, Steve got himself some new ink. Either that or, yeah, I thought it might have been like herpes. Body herpes.
Soon he's just going to look like Perry Saturn. He's just going to be covered from head to toe.
Nice Hot
Tattoo.
Topic belt that you're wearing there, Steve.
Very topical. The young kids wear them.
Yes. Oh, look, and the word evil backwards to spell live. Very Naito of you.
These young men, the Ugly Ducklings, have become a phenomenon in the Carolinas. And they compete regularly in the PWF organization, our sister promotion. That
You know, I have a banner hanging in that
Yes,
arena.
you do.
Yeah, with Josh Daniels.
we were there last night. I saw it.
Did you throw things at the banner?
I threw a hot dog at it.
Sweet. I've thrown my hot dog. All right.
Enough about CL Party.
That's why they call her Crazy Legs. Oh, I like you. You know, I saw Mr. Charlie Armstrong.
Oh, yes.
And I told him how I thought that you were an asset to this organization, how I liked sitting next to someone that I didn't have to carry, that you do your own part. And he looked me up and down and said, "Who are you?" So there you go.
I'm pretty husky, so I'm glad you don't have to carry me either.
That's
that could be
fine.
detrimental to your
I see what you did
long-term
there.
health and posture.
And I like that you use the term husky, by the way.
Father and son are mouthing off in the ring.
Now, are these the Ugly Ducklings or are these the Mulkey brothers?
We will see. They have survived some tremendous beatings and rallied to win in their day.
Now, if Colby is Steve's son, at what point does Colby begin to put on the weight? It's almost like Carino might be Samoan.
Maybe right at about 30. Well, certainly anyone within the sound of our voice can relate to an angry father disapproving of the friends chosen by his son, and the fight is on.
Yes, well, of course, all parents around the country are concerned with what type of youths their children are hanging out with. These days with the pot and the crystal meth and the Pokemon Go, you have to keep an eye on your kids.
That's really what this situation boils down to. Colby Carino.
Oh, look at that.
in his very early 20s.
Yeah, up my allowance, Dad. You know, I choked Colby Carino out once, right?
Yeah?
He was 12.
Nice.
But, you know, he had to pay his father's debts.
Oh, shoulders
Nice
down.
wrestling here. Colby Carino watching a lot of World of Sport. Dropped down by the larger Carino. A leapfrog by Steve. A roll through. Dean Malenko, Eddie Guerrero, it is not, but let's still give it its just due.
Father and mother hanging in there well with his son, who's, what, more than 20 years his junior. I'm surprised Carino is even attempting this.
And Steve is feeling his oats.
I'm really surprised. If I were Steve, I would just punch him in the mouth.
Well, they were about to hug, and then
John Schuyler and Rob Killjoy of the Ugly Ducklings. Schuyler in the trunks.
and this Rob guy, he doesn't know how to have a good time at all.
Gonna miss. Oh, another one. Schuyler, one of the most sought-after free agents in our sport right now. A lot of questions about where his long-term future may be.
Killjoy Kojima.
Short-term future is in that corner. Oh, he's tired.
Oh, God.
Well, you hear a lot of veterans say that. Hit one and make it count. Schuyler been seen recently on NXT television. Crossbody could not hold on to the cover, though. Pace quickens. The quicker the pace, it's going to be in the Ducks' favor.
Now, which one is Corey Perry?
Oh, God.
You're not a hockey fan.
No, sir. Oh, dear.
Considering the team you have to root for, why not?
Right?
Well, now C.W.
Cats.
Anderson with the largest and hardest head in the business.
Lance Lude has got unbelievable body control. He can wiggle out of situations that, quite frankly, men bigger than him can't possibly do. But Anderson may have him trapped here. No, he escaped again. Nice. He couldn't hold on, though. All that great body control, all that fluidity in his movement, but he couldn't hold on.
Looks like Lude might be on some ludes because he seems pretty dazed right here. May have bounced the back of his head off the canvas when he was going for that arm drag. And CW staying close to his opponent, letting the referee do his job. Now we're back to the action. Yeah, Lude is out. Lude is out on his feet. He doesn't know where he is.
A situation scarily similar to that of Cedric Alexander earlier. Lude is trying to fight on. He's got two partners. He needs to make a tag. Lude is on autopilot. He's got to get to his corner, or the Horsemen will wrap this one up quickly.
Absolutely. CW doesn't know where he is.
Now they're both on Dream Street. Lance Lude is so reckless.
The Mallard Ducks.
Tandem offense. Tandem. Inverted atomic drop. Never seen that one.
Sure you have. You've watched wrestling.
Two at once.
Let me tell you about this. Never mind. I had a 2-at-1 story for you, but
Those are my favorites.
Ew.
Great teamwork from the Ugly Ducklings. Now this is going to be the test of how with it Lude is,
Well,
if his head's back in the game or not.
Evidently.
When you've only got, oh, hold on, shoulders down, barely a one count.
I feel like we're going to deny Lude 3 times before the rooster crows.
I like that.
Thanks.
I feel like when you've only got 140, 150 pounds to work with, one of your best offensive maneuvers really is to just fling your body like a weapon.
Absolutely, why not?
There's not going to be as much behind those strikes as there will be behind somebody like Anderson's. Oh, sent him right into Carino. Carino sacrificing himself for the good of the team.
Steve Mays jammed his elbow there on the floor. Tag made to Schuyler.
But they maintained the advantage.
They
That was the key.
maintain the advantage. All right, I'm going to my Michael Hayes now. So, yeah, look right here. You know, he maintained that advantage right there. Now he's going to give himself a little Paul Orndorff there. You know Paul? I know Paul. All right, back to you.
Sounds real good, Michael. Cover! Only got about 2.
You'll notice the way the more experienced horsemen, as they both put out their boots, they control their opponents by the head and neck. You'll notice the way C.W. Anderson was maneuvering Lude and now Schuyler as well. It's always important to control your opponent's head. Where the head goes, the body goes.
They have isolated the smallest man of an already undersized team. Quite frankly, I think that's a lot of the appeal of this trio. There's a relatability, especially younger fans. They see these amazing athletes doing these amazing things who are undersized, who you know, look like they could be in a schoolyard fight and not in a professional fight.
Well, it's the prevailing sentiment now that we tell our children and our young ones, you could be anything you want. In spite of race, gender, sexual orientation, it doesn't matter. You could be anything you want. So you make a great point there.
Going back to your background, would someone the size of Lance Lude, do you think he would last at, say, Johnny Rod's training?
Yeah, of course, because when you're trained by Johnny Rod, you're trained to last. Never question the heart and the desire of someone that gets into an industry where you know you're going to get your ass kicked.
Great thinking.
Steve may have broken his nose. Might be an improvement.
Rule number one, try to protect yourself at all times. And Carino, he got caught there. He needs to navigate to his corner. I believe off-kilter Rob Killjoy is...
Now on the move as CW takes a standing 8 in the corner.
Killjoy has got all 3 horsemen on the move, on the ropes, literally. Killjoy, one of the hardest strikers, probably the hardest striker on his team. But man, I would not want to trade shots with Anderson at all.
No way, his head is like a boulder.
He's got the enforcer compromise, sliding knee. Right into the cover, great thinking. As the card progresses and the stakes get greater and greater for each matchup as this card progresses, you are seeing guys take more chances. You're seeing the aggression, the ingenuity come out of everyone here at Modern Vintage Wrestling. Thank you for joining us here at Ziggy's by the Sea in Wilmington, North Carolina.
You know, it's crazy, those we're not by the sea. We're on the bay. I was very disappointed.
Clothesline took Killjoy's head, and the back of it crashed hard into the canvas.
Now C-Dub on the move. Sliding basement dropkick, legs hook, turns his body towards the ropes.
All the weight on the shoulders, too.
Makes the tag. Here comes John Boy.
Never stepped inside that ring if you've never felt the rigors. Even just being knocked down in any capacity, the back of your head, cover, the back of your head, it just stings the canvas, almost like a car crash. Even the most rudimentary looking thing is so disorienting.
Of course, it's a whiplash effect, and like I said, go use the Google, and Google what happens when the brain moves in the skull casing. See what happens.
People on the back concerned about Cedric Alexander for that very condition, as he was absolutely leveled by Kevin Cross earlier tonight. You see Skyler putting himself in between Killjoy and Killjoy's partner so that he can do stuff like that right there.
Yep, as Carino gets out of the way to give Skyler more room to do damage, CW tags himself in, and they've isolated Killjoy. They being the Extreme Horsemen.
CW Anderson likens himself to a Rottweiler. Double shoulder tackle.
So what would Steve be, like a Labrador Retriever or a St. Bernard?
Steve would be the cartoon dog, the little yippy dog. Knows that the big dog is coming behind him.
You know, I do joke around and poke fun at my good friend Steve Carino, but he is the reason that I went to Japan for the first time. He is the guy that gave me a lot of my breaks in this industry, so it's lighthearted fun being poked at someone who I genuinely respect and owe a great deal of my career to, talking about Steve Carino and his entire family.
Carino still putting dedicated young wrestlers into the sport at his school, just less than an hour up the road. Follow at PWF Crystal Coast on Twitter.
PWF is a great place. It gave me so many opportunities. I slept on Steve's floor many a night, and we just talked about wrestling into the wee hours of the morning. So it's truly a start of the game, and I'm glad Steve has given back. And there, his seed is on display in his son, Colby Carino.
Colby went to his feet. Great thinking there. Oh, dear. He will take a chance.
Cover.
Both legs hooked.
Yeah, both horsemen in. Here we go.
Those undersized opponents, you really have to hook both legs and lean on the man. was breaking down in the port city. Carino has got Lude pressed high over his head. Oh dear!
Oh my God!
Almost went crashing through the entranceway.
Whoop. Ow, that hurt.
Yes, it did. Anderson almost landed on his longtime teammate. Woo!
High knee strike.
Tried to loosen some teeth on the mouth of the Southern Savior, and Killjoy
Oh God.
flings his body onto Carino. So dangerous anytime. You can come crashing down into the chairs, into the floor. Colby Carino heads up.
Oh!
Caught mostly cement floor.
Dad, can I have the car tonight?
He caught a little bit of his father, but mostly cement floor. And we have got a fight on the floor.
They're standing here at Ziggy's.
Referees are letting them fight it out.
Why not? This is modern vintage wrestling.
Championships are on the line. Everyone down. It looks like a car crash out on Interstate 40.
Nobody
wait.
is safe. Is that?
Look up to the sky.
Killjoy's up there.
Lance Lude is in the sky.
That's Lance Lude? I thought that was Killjoy.
Lance Lude is on the balcony of Ziggy's.
No way. Dude, come on. I know you want to get recognition. I know you want them to talk about you. I know you're inspired. Holy shit.
A sea of wrestlers and spectators just knocked out like bowling balls by Lance Lude and the Ugly Ducklings. So dangerous.
But the bloodthirsty fans here in Wilmington pounding the canvas, showing their appreciation for the dedication and the sacrifice of these 6 fighters here.
Everyone is down.
I want to see you go dive from that.
Brother,
I'll
I'd like
catch
to
you,
do
I
it
promise.
once. Colby Carino is up, being followed by his father. Oh no, John Schuyler! Through the ropes, Carino tagged himself in, I believe. Yes, sir, Kevin Pierce saw the tag. King Carino tagged himself in. Killjoy caught him.
Oh, he blocked it.
Double under. Oh, God. Watch out. Linebuster.
Signature C-Dub.
Lance Lude is still going. He can't be stopped.
Sliced bread.
The Lude awakening, dead center of the ring, but he's not the legal man. The Carinos are legal.
Carino went for the axe bomber there.
Lude onto. Oh, God. Lefty lariat. Jumping cutter.
Everyone is down.
Great action.
My word, there are still spectators down on the floor. And there are wrestlers down in the ring, but listen to this crowd.
The drums of war begin to beat here on the shores of Wilmington, North Kakalaki.
Do you guys say North Kakalaki here?
Sometimes. Oh, Spinebuster! No, sir! Oh! Super kicked him out of the air! Oh, the Horsemen will retain if they hit this!
Oh, God.
Double shotgun.
That's for
super
talking
kicks.
back at dinner.
Oh, Killjoy caught 3 of them! The Horsemen are ruling the ring! Dead center of the ring, cover. 2, no sir!
Wow, the match continues.
Boy, these ducklings are so resilient. So much heart in this trio.
What the duck?
Schuyler sent to the floor, I believe. Anderson sent to the floor on the far side.
Yeah, and it looks like Lude and Colby.
Colby down. Here come. Killjoy got caught.
Killjoy got kicked in the Killjoy.
Ow! Lance Lude sent to the floor. The pendulum now has swung back into favor of the Extreme Horsemen.
Well, the whole thing is broken down, and to your point, that certainly behooves Carino, Anderson, and Schuyler.
Oh dear.
Springboard.
Sliding deep perhaps. Yes, sir! Colby Carino on Dream Street. Cover 2. No!
Wow, talk about strong. Talk about fighting spirit. Don't forget the kid's last name. Say what you want about the family, but Carinos are known to be tough. Even Kathy, she may be the toughest of the whole family.
Positively. You see both teams constantly trying to create space with their opponents, trying to get the ring to themselves. It's almost like an old game of King of the Hill, where you're on top of the hill and you're trying to keep everybody else from joining you.
Yeah, we know what King of the Hill is, but thanks.
It's up in the far corner.
Oh. Nice.
Great teamwork. I felt like it was a dated reference.
Take that, old man.
On top of his father, too. No. Both horsemen for the save.
As Skyler and C-Dub came galloping in, the Ducklings are really showing us something here.
Man alive, what
We're
is it
still
going to
standing
take?
too, by the way. Both of us still standing.
These guys have got us on our feet, along with about 400 of our closest friends here in Wilmington. And all of you watching from around the world, we thank you so much. And oh man, they may be trying to clear out some more space on the floor. Lude, Killjoy through the ropes, on to Anderson.
And it only leaves 2.
Cramped quarters on the outside. Oh, he caught Colby. No, he didn't. Cutter. Dead center of the ring. 2. Got him.
Huge victory.
The Ugly Ducklings leave Wilmington with the PWF Universal 6-man Tag Team Championship after a hell of a fight.
Yeah, that's history right there, and in the record book it'll show that Colby Carino pinned Steve Carino on this historic night.
I feel like we have just been on a roller coaster ride.
Tell everyone what a roller coaster is. It might be a dated reference. Feel like we were just on like a wild Uber ride playing Pokemon Go with our drones, man.
There you go.
Smoking spice.
Oh, wow. Careful. That's at least a 30-day suspension, I hear.
Really a fantastic match, a fun match, an intense match.
Oh, dear.
New champions are crowned, and C-Dub isn't too happy. He's coming in there to try to protect Steve, really.
He said, you might have left with the victory, but you're not going to stand and pose over us like we're nothing. A matter of pride.
Look at John Skyler's body language.
It's a standoff. A standoff being when 2 opposing sides are at a standstill.
Hey, look at Lude, the first one in for the fight after the beating he took. And listen.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winners and new PWF Federation Universal 6-man Tag Team Champions, the Ugly Ducklings!
You'd fit right in with these guys. Rob Killjoy, the first to extend his hand. Thus far, it appears the modern stars have won the night. But will the vintage veterans reciprocate this respect?
There it is, right there. Look at that. Look at that.
An uncharacteristic show of respect from the Southern savior, John Skyler. Known to have a chip on his shoulder. Ooh.
Oh, wait a minute.
There you go.
That's worth it, folks. That's worth it, man. That's good stuff. Come on, you expect anything less?
But there's still a lot of pride.
Oh, nice catch, Colby.
The Colt favorites leave the Port City with their first major championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, your new champions, the Ugly Ducklings!
It looks like Crazy Legs is standing by to get a word with the Ducklings.
Still soaking in the love from this crowd.
That was fun.
Absolutely. So once again, as CL Party is about to get a word with the Ducks, it would seem like the Modern Stars have won more than they've lost tonight.
1 second, we got something to take care of.
Goes back to the point about these young wrestlers, man. They're more important to them is to pose.
You just won the championships and had one crazy match. How are you guys feeling?
Well, first, how are you guys feeling? Well, I gotta say, I'm a little sore, I'm a little beat up, but I'm also a little bit heavier because today, the Ugly Ducklings are your new PWF Universal 6-man tag team champions. After a match like that, I know you all bought your seats, but you only needed the edge of it. That is what the Ugly Ducklings provide each and every time we set foot in that ring. Each and every time we get between those ropes. I'm Rob Killjoy, that's Lance Lude, that's Colby Carino, the Ugly Ducklings, PWF Universal 6-man tag team champions.